Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review, episode number 254. We're reviewing the 20th episode of My Hero Academia Vigilantes, known as Glass Sky. This episode delves from chapter 6162 of the manga. And this is part of the School Days arc. I'm theorizing the next episode will officially cap out the circuits. I don't think they can have this one going a little further than it did. A little more than it will. I mean, after next week's episode, there's roughly like 5 more to go. Yes, so do I think to cover the arc they skipped over for this one, which is Sky Egg? I do think so. Yes. I mean, the arc itself is like just 13 chapters. I think like the last 5 episodes. Yeah, it probably will. I mean, 13 chapters. Do I think they'll take up the last 5 episodes? I think it will. No, I don't think they're going to go to final performance. I don't think so, no. Because that is like 13 chapters. That's like, no, this is like 19 chapters. This one, it's like 20 chapters. And the Underground Masquerade, that's roughly like 8. Actually, no, this is 9. And then the final chapter, which is the longest of the whole series, this is roughly 32 chapters. So I'm guessing based on what we have here is that, well, I think I'll tap Sky Egg and cap it off there. So my guess is the start of the third season. If we're probably gonna get season 3 definitely of this. So they're probably gonna do final performance first, which probably take up the first almost the first half of the season. Maybe in the second half I would do Masquerade, and then might do Her Knockdown probably in the 4th season of the show. Probably most. So in this episode, they covered chapters 61, 62 of the manga. So I have to recap the last episode where basically they officially joined the Hero Agents, joined the Purple Majesty, who is basically Prince in the series, and he's also his one Giorno. And then we see a hostage, a guy who basically takes a few people hostage, who looks a lot like Majin Buu if he was blue, and wearing the same exact outfit. And apparently he smokes like he leaches smoke out of arms, like Majin Buu does, except he has cigarettes in his mouth to do it. At first, basically, you have Midnight just bust in and like try to find him. Of course, basically we have he comes in, tries to help out too, and it's just by sheer coincidence he just happens to have a very similar style dress to have Goku, because there's so many references to Dragon Ball Z here. Yeah. Because, of course, why not? I mean, also, after all, they do have somebody from the DBZ cast actually in the show, and that being Sean Schemmel, the guy who voices Goku, who's the voice of Captain Celebrity's show, which we'll see him next. Hopefully, probably not next week's episode, probably the following week's episode, probably. Also, this particular episode, we now have, believe it or not, 7 to go. Yes. And I did look basically for how much anime is left for all the anime I'm covering right now. Like, a lot of them, all except for one, with the exception of Case Closed and One Piece. Pretty much all one's currently working on. All we're about pretty much this, with the exception of Case Closed, One Piece, and like one other anime, all wrap up a period of 1 week. Yeah. So, basically, in this flashback. So after they try to take him on, he gets away. So basically, they try to chase him, but he couldn't do because his eyes were bothering him with the smoke. Of course, he had like 0 points, and of course they try again with the guy, and thanks to our idea using the famous using a pair of his goggles, which of course these are the same goggles he wears in present day. So at least we got an explanation where the heck he got these damn goggles from. And thanks to Tina, they take down the smoke villain pretty easily, and the Purple Majesty is very happy with this, and then they go back to school, eat on the rooftop. There's also talk about where the three of them, actually for this, where we have another combat exercise with the big brute. Senjiro. Senji. Yeah, which no credit for his English dub actor. I guess they haven't released that per se. Like, yeah, he basically wears shades because he thinks also that Racer is copying his gimmick. So they challenge him to a fight, which of course he loses, and then he's like, "No, I don't need this." Basically breaks it, and yeah. And so, President Mike is like, "Yeah, I'll give him some glasses," but I think he still wears the present day. He's like, "You don't have to give the glasses up." And then that's when Minnie comes and shows the cat up, and then of course they catch the villain. Then after this, basically, then we have like a disaster happen, which this will lead into the thing that was mentioned in the Parent series. This is actually another tease. Yeah, believe it or not, basically, you could say the Parent series, My Hero Academia, was setting up this particular series. First, with Fat Guy mentioning about the trigger drug, which of course was seen at the start of the season, which we see that here. And the other is Orderha, the stuff with him, which was referenced in My Hero Academia as well. So that's the second reference we have. So we're finally going to see what happens to him, which will happen next week. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much a particular video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. I will see you all tomorrow for Sentai, Dragon Stargaze, a Comic Corner, and I definitely think it's possible, Jam Person. Okay, thanks you. Right here, okay, bye.